Bend over, come ride me like a roller. My back is killing me, it's killing me. Why does it say waiting for me? It won't let me. Let me see something. Bend over, come ride me like a roller. Okay, there it is. Okay. I'll be right back. Give me 1 second. Sorry. It hurts. 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 Oh, it hurts. It actually hurts bad. It hurts really bad. My microphone keeps going like really red. Am I like extremely loud? We are back. We are very much back. I was like, I really wanted to watch this video, so I didn't want to like say I would watch it. Why does it look like that? No, I don't want to do that. Hold on, give me a second. I'm trying to like compare. Okay, this looks like this. Why does the camera look different? It's the same exact camera. It's the same exact webcam. Why does it look different? I mean, obviously, okay. Maybe I should bring. Let me. I don't want my light that's behind me to really show because it's so bright. It's like so bright. Okay, wait. This is like the same size. I just to make this a little bit short. Oh, is that identical? No, it's not identical. This is that other one's a little bit bigger. It quite literally is not that serious. And now I've made this one a little bit bigger. Okay, now I've made it a little bit too. Okay, this is my last adjusting. I moved like one. I moved like, oh my gosh, it's a little bit different. But I can't really tell actually if it's close enough. It's not super. Okay, I'm not sure why it's like it's legitimately. I can't even talk. It's going like how if I was like extremely loud. I don't. Whatever. Let's just watch. Okay, remove ads. I'm sorry. Oh, okay.
After years upon years of waiting for a remake of Final Fantasy VII, fans around the world got their wish in April of 2020. But when Part 1 of the Final Fantasy VII Remake project concluded, many were left shocked by what they saw. Instead of being a faithful one-to-one remake of the original story, albeit with a few expected flourishes and adjustments to accommodate for how times had changed, the scenario writers chose to embark on a whole new adventure. The nature of this divergence had been hinted at throughout the game owing to the arrival of beings known as Whispers. Denoted within the game as arbiters of fate, the Whispers appeared when someone attempted to alter Destiny's course. But as the game concluded, the playable cast broke free of their destiny, and it set the stage for the future parts of the remake project
Can barely hear the video. Do I have this turned up? Yes, so let me just turn this up.
In the initial sense, by each member walking through a literal barrier, but it was then further emphasized by an unexpected sequence that revolved around Zack Fair. The original Final
Like,
Fantasy
that should be
featured
better?
a short event that focused on Zack's last stand outside of Midgar. This moment was pivotal
There we go.
to the
Okay.
development of Cloud Strife as a character, and it was expanded upon to great effect within Crisis Core. The Final Fantasy VII Remake then repurposed cinematics from Crisis Core, but there was a fundamental difference. Zack managed to survive that assault from the Shinra Public Security Forces.
Beginning,
owing to
that is so
intervention
stupid though.
from
Like, it's so dumb because it's
It
the same
became
exact
clear that the
settings.
use of stamp
Well, you
was
use
a point of
like the
reference,
settings don't
but this
change
intervention
from
had created
this to this.
a timeline that dealt with the
So I'm
scenario
not understanding why
where
it's
it
louder
happened.
and why over here
The basic premise
going to
was
red.
therefore representative of the multiverse concept. Every possible choice
so
could
stupid.
lead to many potential outcomes. And although we only see one of those outcomes within our reality, even the smallest of differences can branch off to create new worlds that then play out the what-if scenarios.
Thinking to start cutting carbs. I need to drop my belly fat.
If you want to drop
That
this
was so dramatic. To
Final
spit.
Fantasy VII Rebirth is then used to explore some of those what-if scenarios. But before we delve into more literal discussions as to how and why this happens, we should point out, even if it was perhaps already clear by the title of this video, we are about to go into very deep spoiler territory, so please treat this as your spoiler warning. If you have not finished the game yet, please come back later once you have done so. Alright, with that out of the way, let's start delving into some of the important elements that featured within the ending sequence. And perhaps the best place to start is with unraveling the role of Zack Fair. As mentioned, at the conclusion of Remake, one of the biggest shocks was that Zack was believed to have survived his fateful encounter. For some time, due to how severe this notion was, there was a split sentiment, as there were those who just couldn't fathom that Square Enix would have made such an extreme narrative change. But when episode intermission concluded, Zack featured in prominent fashion, and this cemented that he was very much front of mind. That sentiment was further emphasized when Zack appeared within the teaser trailer for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and continued to appear within all of the pre-launch marketing activities. Despite this, it came as quite a surprise when Rebirth started with an immediate focus on Zack. But this just emphasized
It definitely came
how
at a
important
surprise.
developers believe this particular character to be. Throughout the game, Zack features numerous times in what is collectively known as Interlude, A World Apart. And even though these segments are short, they serve to highlight the parallels that exist between
When
the reality
did it say that was the
was
title of it?
exposed
Maybe that's something
to
they
and the
read
one that was
on.
created by Zack's
I
survival.
don't recall the game saying
Perhaps one of the
interlude or
most
word
notable
apart.
Deviations though relates to the white materia. In the
Because that
original
would have
game,
made fucking
Aerith
sense from the
protected white
beginning.
materia after it was given to her by her mother, Ephalna, and she then used the white materia to summon Holy prior to her unfortunate demise. In Rebirth, this chain of events was anticipated to be the same, but early on we saw that things had changed. The white materia had lost its power due to the actions of the Whispers. We later learnt that this wasn't the case within other timelines. In some, the white materia was still fine, and this became a crucial point, as for Aerith to still summon Holy, she would need to gain access to a functioning white materia. After the unexpected events of the Temple of the Ancients, Sephiroth cornered Aerith and Cloud, sending them into oblivion. During this sequence, Cloud was pulled into another timeline by an Aerith who was saved by a Zack who also survived. But here, Aerith did not remain comatose in the aftermath. This then adds another timeline to the equation, as denoted by Stamp sporting a new visual style as Cloud attempts to pick out a gift for Aerith. Due to this action, Aerith was able to give Cloud a functioning white materia, before then sending him back to his own timeline. And this just highlights the extreme power that Aerith possesses, as she is able to combine with her multiverse variants in order to work towards a wider plan that they hope will stop Sephiroth. Zack also highlights how many parallel timelines are in effect, as when faced with a choice of who to save between Aerith, Cloud and Biggs, we see the consequences of each decision. Unique variants of Stamp feature in those scenarios, but they're also used to highlight the power of fate. In the scenario where Zack attempts to save Biggs, for example, Zack still ends up squaring off against a troop of Shimmer soldiers, just as he did in the fate he avoided. And in the scenario where Zack attempts to save Aerith, we see that Sephiroth still manages to hunt her down, even though her location has changed. One of the other major deviations, however, relates to the reason why the Whispers create the scenario where Zack survived. As the game reached its conclusion, Zack was able to switch between worlds, just as Cloud had done moments prior. This enabled Zack to aid the fight against Sephiroth, but it was also fleeting.
It just made it a very iconic moment. I don't know.
Whence he came.
But it made a
However,
very
despite
iconic
it
moment to
initially
me.
seeming as though Zack's story had concluded, an additional sequence highlighted that he is likely to return in Part 3, as Zack is seen wondering whether his world can unite with Cloud's once again. That then brings us onto the role of our unwitting protagonist, Cloud Strife. Throughout the original game and remake,
Extremely
Cloud was
iconic,
only
okay?
partially in control of his own actions. In the broader sense, he's being guided by Sephiroth, but it's now clear that Aerith is
Oh my
taking
God.
advantage of this.
Was he gonna kill
by
her?
enacting her own plans
In the oh
to
my
move Cloud.
heavens.
We've only just spoken about how Aerith used Cloud to transport the white materia from one timeline to another without even telling him the plan. And based on this, it's clear that she is at least somewhat aware of how he will act after certain events transpire. There was much debate online as to how they would handle Aerith's death, and although some elements were the same, one of the more
Not the
intriguing
title was
aspects
Aerith needs to
evidenced
die
within the
again.
sequence and at the Temple of the Ancients is that Aerith is able to break Sephiroth's grasp on Cloud, if only for a moment. In the original game, Sephiroth attempted to have Cloud kill Aerith as she prayed, only to be stopped by the actions of his allies. But in the remake continuity, even though this sequence did still happen, his allies were prevented from entering by another barrier of fate. It was therefore down to Cloud himself to fight against the will of Sephiroth, and he did just that. Based on this, it's now implied that another divergence has been created, similar to what had happened at the end of Remake with Zack. And this is because in the aftermath, we see numerous scenarios. There's one where Cloud managed to break free of Sephiroth's grasp and deflected his blade, something that we see led to Aerith surviving. But there's also another where despite gaining control, Cloud ended up being a split second too late. But based on how and what has happened this time, it seems as though Aerith, and indeed the planet, are attempting to be the architects of their own destiny. And by everything playing out this way, the emotional state of Cloud is quite different from how it was in the original game, at least in the scenario where Aerith dies. This is then emphasized by Cloud saying to Aerith that he's in control, and that she needn't worry, and by Sephiroth then belittling Cloud for believing that he's gained some kind of control or clarity over his own destiny. What followed mirrored the original game, as Cloud, who had now been rejoined by his allies, was forced to fight against Jenova, this time dubbed Jenova Lifeklinger. But after the conclusion of this encounter, that's where everything started to change. Cloud was displaced, forced to fight Sephiroth alone, and this was where Zack re-emerged to assist. Sephiroth was then faced across multiple timelines. The first was seemingly Sephiroth's timeline. It was reminiscent of the same space where Sephiroth had a premature duel against Cloud in Remake before saying his infamous line about there being 7 seconds until the end. Now believing the timing was more apt, Sephiroth had plans to face Cloud alone, but Zack gatecrashed the party. After the fight concluded, Sephiroth split the timeline to remove Zack before becoming Sephiroth Reborn, an allusion to Bizarro Sephiroth. Cloud overcame this duel, only for Sephiroth Reborn to filter back through to the main timeline where he was faced by a small group of Cloud's allies.
Raiden has amazed me. He's so
Sephiroth Reborn was then forced into the timeline where Zack had saved Aerith, before being forced back into the main timeline again. And finally, after Sephiroth Reborn was felled, Sephiroth was then forced to face a combination of Cloud and Aerith in what appeared to be the planet's timeline. This seemed to surprise Sephiroth, and due to it being unexpected, he attempted to casually manipulate Cloud again by making light of their present surroundings.
What stuff
Sephiroth
is that?
concluded this encounter by using Tempus Finis, a rather prophetic ability. But even that was not enough. Realizing that his plan had been temporarily stopped, Sephiroth opted to retreat with a smirk, because he knew, just as Aerith did, that there was still a long road ahead in the fateful game they had been playing. That then brings us onto the overarching objective of Sephiroth. In the original game, Sephiroth was concerned with using Meteor to destroy all life, so as to absorb the lifestream as it attempted to heal its wound and then become a god. A god who could use
What's up, man? How you doing,
as a
man?
vessel
Welcome
for the purpose of
to the
continuing
stream.
the work of Jenova, his mother. That plan was ultimately stopped by a combination of Aerith, Cloud, and their allies. Now, it appears as though Sephiroth has much grander plans. Having learnt about the multiverse, Sephiroth wants to merge the various worlds and timelines that exist, and by doing so, he believes this would enable him to become not just the god of one world, but the god of every world. It's unclear how the Black Materia and the summoning of Meteor fits into this plan now. The assumption is that he still needs to follow the same path as in the original, but that he wants to amplify the effect so that its impact is felt.
Just taking
on a
up, bro.
much larger
Needed
scale.
that.
But
Damn, but it's 10 o'clock. You're gonna be up all night
based on the visual cues relating to Aerith, it's clear that in
and
the
gotta
new
go to school.
timeline, she is now one with the livestream, and specific sequences bookended the huge multi-boss fight encounter to emphasize this. The curious element here, however, is that whereas none of Cloud's compatriots can see Aerith, Cloud not only still can, but is also able to communicate with her.
And see, I don't want that to get on my nerves, so that's gonna make me sad and
Makes a
stuff.
promise to stop Sephiroth. This then mirrors the original game, as it's through their combined efforts that the planet was saved. It's just now
Because I'm still
spelled out
kind
in a
of tired.
rather
I might just wake up at 2 in the
fashion.
morning.
The other element here is that Cloud can see the
Just
tear in
wake
the
up in the middle of the
sky,
night
something that,
and just
according
close
to
your eyes.
Sephiroth,
Maybe you'll fall
denotes
back
that the
asleep.
world is doomed to fade into existence.
Or just stay up.
It's for this reason that we saw the same tear in some of Zack's timelines, and according to Sephiroth, when the tear appears, it means that timeline will soon return to the planet's embrace.
Okay.
This last point is further emphasized to the player as Cloud references the sky. We then see the sky from the perspective of his friends, and they see no such tear. Cloud also finds that despite all of the events that transpired, he is in possession of the Black Materia, and after muttering something about a reunion, he hides it within the Buster Sword. Aerith must be aware of this, but this could be another example of realizing that she cannot stop Cloud from walking his predetermined path, but can still take advantage of it. This predetermined path is then unsubtly denoted by the Sephiroth clones who are shown to be migrating again, having taken up temporary residence in Nibelheim while everything else was sorting itself out. Due to Aerith's newfound situation, it's safe to say though that she will play a more proactive role in Part 3 than she did within the original game. As for what that role is though, well, it may end up being similar to the role Zack played within Rebirth, but for now, all we can do is speculate around that particular topic. The only other major element worth mentioning is that the ending further hints at the important role that Rufus Shinra will play as the trilogy continues. We know, based on developer comments, that Part 3 will have a strong focus on Wutai, and a lot of time and effort has been placed
Oh, that's gonna be nice.
between Wutai and Shinra. It was also
To
made
play-
clear that Rufus
To be over
has
there with
secret
youthful
whispers,
people.
and that Sephiroth is attempting to manipulate him. But we also know, based on Rufus's own convictions,
I just somebody
he's not
stream this
one
week
to
and they were
be
talking
easily
about
manipulated.
which-
This has been evidenced so far within the remake continuity, but also within some of the wider compilation. And it's going to be interesting to see how that specific piece of the puzzle resolves.
they kept talking about
whether
what?
Rufus ends up helping Cloud, just as he inadvertently did within the original game. Either way, we're now in the final stretch of this new saga. Soon enough, we will find out the truth behind everything. Until then,
Well, I
though,
don't want
we hope
Rufus
you
to sell.
enjoyed watching this rundown of the ending and how everything transpired. If you did, please hit that like button, and be sure to let us know in the comments what you thought about the story, as well as any other things you pulled out that perhaps we missed or you interpreted in a different way. Alright everyone, with that, this is Daryl signing out. As always, I'd like to give a big thank you to all of our Patreon and YouTube membership supporters, especially Benjamin Snow, the livestream, Gregory, Justin Dent, and Sukun TDK, who are super special Onion supporters. And of course, a big thank you to everyone for watching this video.
Okay.
See
Things
you
they
all
broke, so
soon
I said dang
on
instead of my
Final
game. I should break my neck. They didn't like that joke. They ignored me, immediately tried to change it. I guess because that coincides with suicide. Are we not supposed to say suicide? I don't know. You know, Hoes are like overly sensitive. I mean, suicide is nothing to joke about, but that's not. I guess that's what they got that from. That was what they made of that. You saying I'll break my neck and like kill myself. Why does it look like it's? I'm sorry. Before I stop. No, it's legitimately the same. Whatever. Okay, that video. I mean, I guess if I hadn't been using my big ass think piece, I would. That would have like. That would have like. Did a lot. It clarified. Something. Okay. It sounded like somebody was doing something right there. I keep forgetting that I'm not in your chat and I can't be okay. Don't go nowhere else and get hidden on everybody's channel now. Don't go get hidden and timed out on everybody else's chat now. But ooh. What was I about to say? Just oh my god, yes, I forgot it. I forgot that I had pulled a muscle, and when I tried to lean, that noise had made me jump. It didn't go well with me. It's me. I'm the noise. My phone had some volume, and when the video got quiet, I could hear myself. And I'm thinking somebody's like out here doing okay. I hurt myself, basically. Okay. I got timed out on 7 channels. Sorry, not time. You got hit on 7 channels. Oh heavens. But anyway, to wrap this up, I didn't catch on to the fact that at the end there were like multiple, like more than 2 timelines. I was thinking that maybe it was like a what if situation, like when Zach had went to these multiple different places. I thought maybe they were just showing us all of the different what ifs that would have been like potentially happening if he would have did the other thing. Knowing now that those are actually just all different timelines, this can go either really good or really bad. Man, this can go like really good or really bad in the next game, and it's kind of scary to think about. Because why do we have to introduce multiple times? It's because I have a bullying problem. But it's like, why do we have to introduce multiple timelines to the game? I just really don't like the way my camera looks, but I feel like it's been looking like this. But I keep seeing that light, and I don't like seeing that light. And I think that yes, it's going to go good. Okay, Ron. But yeah, so you want to fight? you don't want that, but it could go either really good or really bad. I'm hoping that there's no way they won't sell on the 3rd game. It's just that when you like, and I never thought about this until I forgot how this was a thing on Twitter. I don't know if it was when I played. I can't say what it'll be spoilerish, but so clearly I meant to. You basically just called me a bitch, reported sexual harassment. Okay. I mean, shit happens, but anyway, when there's like multiple timelines, like, you know, you can something like be I can't even talk. Something can just be happening. Then like another timeline can just like jump in and like act the food and just like cause a chain reaction. I would honestly be perfectly fine with the chain reaction happening, especially if it just makes the game more iconic. But I don't want the timelines to be a way to give us like a rushed ending, if that makes sense. Like, it's a trilogy, so the next game is obviously the end of the game, but they've also introduced something that could be like very expansive. So I don't want it to come across to me like the 3rd installation has like a rushed ending that includes all of these different timelines. Because if it happens like how it happens in other things, like you create a timeline and that timeline just becomes a part of like shit, then I don't. It could just become. It could be a lot, but it can be done so good. Like, in I feel like it's Square Enix, and they haven't did bad, in my opinion, with these games. These two installations, as well as 16 and Stranger of Paradise, are they on a really good run with Final Fantasy. So I feel like maybe they won't mess up, and they can just make it like very iconic. I'm sure it'll take another 4. Okay, it probably will for real. But I just hope they do it like because clearly Aerith is going to still be very much in part 3 doing her own thing. So, and that's clearly different, I guess, from the OG. So it's like they're introducing something like that. They're introducing the fact that there's timelines. They're introducing this whole Zack thing. They're introducing all of this, like a way for it to make this be so expansive that, one, I want part 3 to be extremely long to cover everything. And I just want it to be done good, because it can be so good. It can be done so good, and it can be so good. I'm kind of excited now. 2024. I'll be dead as hell by the time part 3 come out. I ain't gonna never know. That's fucked up. You kind of look like one. I kind of look like one what? I heard people didn't like Stranger of Paradise's story, and it was cheesy. So they didn't like Final Fantasy 1 story either, I'm assuming. I mean, I know it's not the same exact story, but they're pretty fucking similar, at least in my opinion. They're very similar. But now that I finished this, I can say what I was seeing on Twitter about people comparing this. People not liking Final Fantasy 16 slow. People not liking Final Fantasy 16, and they're using Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth as a way to like drag 16. And that's how I got the Aerith dying spoiler. I signed in to Twitter, saw a post about it, and I wanted to see if people were like going to defend Final Fantasy 16 in like the replies, just to see what people were saying. And then they were like, "Oh, I hate the way 7 handled Aerith's death," and I was like, "You hate the way they handled Aerith's what?" First of all, it had nothing to do with the initial post. Let's start there. I mean, granted, they were like saying that 7 was better than 16, but the post that they commented that under was basically just completely trashing 16. It was no more comparing it to 7. They did like a quote of the tweet, and they were like just talking about Final Fantasy 16, which is why I feel comfortable enough to go to like the comments to see what people were saying. I'm scrolling down, not even 3 or 4 comments down. I hate the way 7 handles Aerith's death. Are you sure? Ouch. Like, are you sure you hated it? Like, why are we talking about that right here? Like, that just pissed me. It pissed me off so bad. It's like, I took my break from Twitter purposely for this. Let's start there. And then to like avoid spoilers, I get on there because I still get my notifications, and they're like, I have this pastor, his tweets come to my phone. So every morning I'll check it and go over his stuff, but then I usually just get off of it. But I'll say, I'm still, you don't get on here, whatever. I haven't been able to stream, I haven't been able to play the game, so I want to get on Twitter. So I get on there, I do that, and they got me. But yeah, people were like basically saying 16 wasn't really a good game. They did not like 16. They were calling like a button mash game. All of that, like they were just like trashing 16. I just thought 16 was so good. Like I love 16 so much. Like even though I was a button. Me too, like every day though. Yes, now I stopped my break. I went back. Once I had got the Aerith spoiler, there was no point in me breaking anymore. So I'm back on Twitter like full time. I can like look at stuff. I cut that break short like last week before last, whenever I found out. But 16 was a really good game. I thought it was a really good story, really good gameplay. Combat was fun. I button smash, but you can obviously do so much with the combat that you didn't have to button smash. So to see people have that like opinion on it was like, you bitches just want to have something to say. It's just another example of people just wanting to post stuff just to have something to say. There's no way you did not like Final Fantasy 16. Unless you're one of those people who are like stuck in the turn-based days. Like you just should not. There's no way you did not like that game. I don't know. Like, how do you not like that game? Like, how can you not like Final Fantasy 16? Unless you just do not like blood. Unless you like do not like people dying, bloody, gore-filled deaths. Like, shut up. That's probably it. It has like, because there's no way people can play 16 and dislike it and say it's bad. I mean, I guess people didn't like 15 either. And I love 15. I'll play 15 right now. Like, what the fuck? Like, I'll play 15 right here, right now. Like, I love that game. So, I don't know. Me too. Like, love that game. Like, love it to pieces. Lose it. Why is Banana like just randomly losing it? Like, what the fuck? But yeah, anyway. Yeah. If I was held hostage and had to play the entirety of 15 in the side quests, I'd do it no hesitation. And I would sit through those long ass load screens with no problem. Because you know what? I know that after this load screen, something worth it is coming. This bomb ass game. So I'll sit through 10-minute load screens. Because after these 10 minutes of a load time, I'm gonna get some more good gameplay. I don't know. No one cares, Demon. PS5 is faster. I never played it on the PS5, I don't think. Maybe I did. That time I streamed it, maybe that was the PS5. I don't know. I don't remember. No, wait, it wasn't. It was still the old one, was it? I don't remember. I can't remember if my load times are faster. He's just trying to argue. Definitely wasn't even here. I tried it out. It was faster load times. Get out of here, Scram. What's up, bro? How you doing? Welcome to the stream. But yeah, but at the same time, though, the people who did not like 16 are like liking the 7 remake. But I guess it's like a nostalgia thing. Like, even though they don't like the whole non-turn-based thing, they like Final Fantasy 7. So they're biased, I guess. I don't care. I enjoyed both. They can all go to hell for having like their bad opinions. Watch probably now, Waterloo's Gathering. It could be nostalgia or 16, just a lot of action, so people don't like it. And that could be true too. Okay, I'll see you later. All right, see you later, Pro. We need back, never mind. And yeah, 16 was very action packed, and maybe they don't. But what the fuck do you bitches want to look at? Like, what do y'all want to do? They want to sit there and just? I mean, I guess turn-based games, people enjoy them. I guess it's just not a good. It's just not a good. It's not a good time to me. Not all the time. Like, I mean, I enjoyed. I don't know if I can necessarily say I enjoyed that aspect of Final Fantasy 1 when I played it, but I enjoyed Final Fantasy 1. So there's that, but I still did not enjoy the turn-based aspect of it. Like, have a good night, Banana. Demon Persona exists. I hope you have a good night. Final Fantasy 2, yes, Final Fantasy 2 time. Yes, Persona definitely is a good turn. I can't talk. Turn-based game. But see, Persona feels, and but I love Persona, at least Persona 5, because it just feels like I'm in an anime. It feels like you're basically just watching an anime and playing certain parts of it. They can play that instead of 16. Okay, like if that's it, do that. Or if the modders can mod a turn-based 16 for them, maybe they'll enjoy it. If they can get a mod where 16 is turn-based, maybe the people will enjoy it. I have no fucking idea, but what I do know is they can go to hell. Oh my gosh, I keep moving. So I'm moving because I move when I talk, but it hurts to move. It doesn't matter. I'll figure it off of here and and take a muscle relaxer anyway. But they're releasing a PC version of 16 soon. Oh, they didn't have it on PC. Wait, was it like was it console only or PlayStation only? PS5 only. Oh, okay. Maybe that's why the people online saying they don't like it. Them hoes ain't got PS5s. Them hoes ain't got PS5s, and they saying 16 is bad because them hoes can't play it, and they mad. Mad ass hoes linking up, talking shit on the interweb. Raggedy ass hoes. Raggedy ass hoes. Same with Rebirth and originally remake. Run shut up in denial. Anyway, because shut up isn't like what? Anyway, that I mean, yeah, whatever. I'm excited, but I don't want to get too excited. I'm gonna be excited for like maybe a couple of weeks for like part 3 because I've just finished it and this ending is kind of crazy and like I kind of like I'm going to be thinking about it for like maybe I dragged it maybe a couple of days. I'll be thinking about it, but on the bright side, I get to finally play Dragon's Dogma tomorrow. So I'm going to DD2 or okay. So DD2 tomorrow. I guess. Which one should I do? It really don't matter. Which one should I do? Because I'm playing both of them. Should I do Dragon Dogma tomorrow or Rise of the Ronin tomorrow? Because I went ahead and bought it last week. Bought Rise of the Ronin. Or whenever I streamed last. You should stop streaming. And because honestly, I don't care which one I play. It's up to you. I say you can try Dragon to stream it. If it doesn't. Oh yeah, I forgot that I had to see if it's even gonna work. Hopefully it works. With me playing it, but we'll find out. If it don't work, I don't know. I don't care. I'll figure something out. I really need to. I'm scared, and I think I need to do like. I think what I might. No, I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna just try it. If it doesn't work, I'm gonna like redo my. I'm gonna redo my whatchamacallit. What is it called? Not a factory reset, but a factory reset. Of my PC because today when I cut it on, I started up Logitech G and my computer like started like running really slow. Like I was so confused as to why, and I don't do anything on here, so I don't know why it's messed up. The only thing that's been done was the last thing that was downloaded outside of like these games was FiveM. And I did whatever the safe boot stuff was for Valorant. So my cousins could play Valorant and Grand Theft Auto 5. But the Valorant shit, it was still running fine. So it was the FiveM, it was the last thing I downloaded. And I let them download some stuff to go into the thing. I don't know if that actually messed up my PC or not, but I feel like it should have messed it up because people play that. Apparently it's like really big, my cousin said. FiveM is like really big and people play it all the time. So I don't see why that would mess up my PC. But I didn't start having like these main issues until FiveM was downloaded. So maybe I should get rid of it. Or maybe I should go into it and see like what else was downloaded. Because they said they were going to download some stuff to go into it, but I didn't feel like being bothered. So sit there and wait for them to finish downloading. I might see what all files they have and stuff. I don't know. But I'm going to just try Dragon Dogmas first tomorrow to see if it plays without me having to do that. But if it messes up, I'll just completely uninstall FiveM and take all the stuff out of my computer from it and then see if that goes. FiveM is fine. I used to have it. See, yeah, because a lot of people have it. So I don't know. Maybe you just suck. That could be it if they try to download mods and download the virus. Yeah, and I'm thinking maybe that because it was my cousins loved him to death, but they like act the fool and then The oldest one will tell me the truth. The young brother, he likes to lie. So if I go ask Junior what they actually they downloaded, he'll tell me the truth. But if Benny ain't gonna tell me the truth. How old are they? I get that wrong every time. They're 2 years apart. I think they're 12 and 14. Or are they 12 and 14? I think they're 12 and 14. I'm actually really trifling because I should know this, but I believe they're 12 and 14. Ron doesn't like Goku. Confirmed. How did that become a confirmation? But yeah, I don't know. I'll just see what happens. We'll see tomorrow. Cause I don't know. I don't want to like buy a new PC. And you know, if I get impulse, I've had it for a year. Maybe it's time. Maybe it's time for an upgrade. I don't fucking know. But I'm gonna go ahead and get off for now, so I could take this damn muscle relaxer and go to bed or something. It's possible they accidentally clicked on the pump. You just have to see what the yeah. I'm gonna see. Of course, Ron doesn't like Goku because he made fun of his favorite. If it's an EXE, it's most likely a virus because mods aren't EX. Oh my goodness. Ain't no telling. I might just look at everything tomorrow. Actually, I don't have time for work because this is like our busy season. So I actually don't have time to do anything during work hours but work. But before I go live tomorrow, I might just look at it if I boom. Goku is a boy. I wish you could say that. Goku said that she was a girl, so we're going to go with what she said. Confirmed. Sometimes mods have installers so they can be EXE, but majority. Got it. Hopefully it's not like a virus. Or if it is a virus, hopefully like a quick like recover would correct whatever's going on. Ron didn't correct me, please. Anyway, I'm going to get off for now. We'll see what it is tomorrow. Hopefully it goes good. If not, I'm really going to just sign off and cry. That's all I'm going to happen. I'm just going to cry about it. That's all I'm going to do. I need a reason anyway. So I'm just going to, I'm going to just sign off and cry. Fuck it. Get up, Banana, please. You can't say, you can't say play the music. So you had to like remix it. Please. Imagine, bro. Okay, I'll just leave the live going for the rest of my life. See how long it can go. 72-hour stream. See if we make it. Anyway, bet, please. Anyway, I'm gonna get off now. Be back tomorrow, hopefully with a very smooth run the stream. If not, I'll just cry and come back on Thursday. So that's gonna go ahead and be it for now. Thanks for being here. Hope you enjoyed the stream. And until next time, see you. Bye.